Okay. Hello. And we are recording. All right. Welcome everyone to our VP meeting. Woo! We have special guests with us making quesadillas. ¿Con queso o sin queso? Ah, con queso. Okay.
Aquí las quesadillas son con queso.
No es cierto.
En esta cocina no
soy
hay
chilango.
quesadillas.
Son sin queso. So, okay, everybody's arguing now. Okay, welcome to our VP meeting. Woo! So this is the April review. So the purpose is to review April and how we can move forward. Into May. As we know, May is the peak for matching, so it's super duper important. So this is the agenda for today. We have global updates, and then month review, and then quick national updates, like just important things you need to know. And then fourth, we have EPM productivity. It's kind of like a big problem I've seen after my one-to-ones with all the VPs. So I want to be clear, like how you guys can solve that problem. Next is Danito presenting partner management. He is actually on the MC. He's in charge of Imjuve, so which is a very awesome partner for oGCDP. So he'll explain a bit about that. And the last part is XPROs. So we're not doing this today, but if you guys don't know, there were international conferences in middle April for Latin America, Asia Pacific, Europa, and all of those places. So we had a beautiful Mexican delegation go to those conferences, and they learned a lot of important things from other countries and from Isaac International. So let's start with global updates. Woohoo! So globally, what is happening? We are a global organization. These things are important. Okay, most important thing I have to say, this is the global ranking for matches approvals in oGCDP. So just to explain this graphic, you can see that Mexico, we are the number 5 entity in the world for matches in oGCDP in 2016. So far, from January to April, we've had 623 approvals, and the other countries have had those other numbers. As you can see, Egypt is number 1 in the world with 1,500 matches. Oh, yeah. So, woo! Mexico, we're number 5. Yeah, and we can beat even more. Wait, we can beat India, we can beat Brazil. It's happening. But guys, I want to actually show this right here. So, approvals 2015. This is the same number of matches last year, from January to April. So, I really want to show you Egypt. Last year, they had less than us. They only had 390, and last year we had 403, you can see. But this year, they have the most, 1,500 matches. They grew 300% so far, and they're going to grow even more in May. So this is really amazing for Egypt. And actually, China used to be number 1 in the world for oGCDP, and now Egypt is actually beating them. So Egypt is doing amazing. And of course, so is China and Brazil. India grew 84%. I really want to point out India for growing. They almost had the same as us last year, and now they're growing more than us. So I want to point this out that this amazing growth is possible, and we're the number 3 for growth. Our growth is only 55%. We had 400 last year, now we have 600. So guys, I really want to point this out that this kind of innovation and what we need to do to grow is very possible. All these other countries are doing it. Egypt is my favorite example. They went from 400 to 1,500. So this is really, really good. And so I'm meaning to talk to their MCs to ask, like, how are they growing so much and how can we learn from them? But also when you guys are talking with your LC partners, you can ask them, like, how do you do oGCDP? How can I learn from you? So, yay Mexico, we're top in the world. But guess what? We're gonna fucking tear down India, guys. India's next, and we're gonna beat them, and then we're gonna beat Brazil. We could easily be number 3 or number 2 in the world. Okay? So, keep that in mind. And if you guys don't know, number 6 is Colombia, so we've already beaten Colombia. See, my text. Okay, next. So, specifically for April, I want to point this out. Like, these are images that are made by the global support team for Isaac International. And as you can see in Abril, actually we were the number 1 in Latam. So we had more than Brazil. So actually for April, we have more matches than Brazil, and actually almost every week we're doing more than Brazil, which is awesome because then we're number 1 in Latam, and that means we can actually beat Brazil and India. So in April, we're number 1 in Latam, woohoo, beat Brazil. And I want to point out here, our number 1 and number 2 entities, UNAM and ITAM, you guys are the number 1 in Latam. Like, this is super fucking awesome. You're the best LC in Latam for oGCDP. And next we can see Guanajuato is number 5. That's amazing work, guys. And guys, guess what? There's LCs that are not shown here. Like, Puebla has 20 matches. Upay had 22. I don't remember the numbers, but number 6, number 7, number 8, that's also Mexico, guys. Like, we're also in those top entities. So be super proud. We're growing amazingly. Like, you know, we're a top entity. But again, we're doing great, but we can also learn from Egypt and India and China and what they're doing. Woohoo! Oh, and specifically, Dania Arista, Juliana, Sonia, Candy, congratulations, you guys. You guys are the VPs for those LCs, and you're fucking awesome. So, yay! Here's a yay turtle.
Yay!
It's cool. Actually, when I went to Oaxaca, we released baby turtles to the water, so it was super fun. This is embarrassing. They can hear me talking. Okay. Next, month review. So you guys know what's coming. Here are our goals versus achieved for April. So based on all of our year plans, our goal was 3,800 signups, and we got 2,600. So it's not enough, but it is actually really good. Like, this is way more than last year. Great job, guys. And last week, we actually got 800 signups because last week the marketing increased even more. So congratulations for working with marketing for that. Our goal was 1,100 interviews. We only have around 300, so definitely not enough. Approvals, 427 was the goal. We got 308. So be super proud, guys. But again, if whatever you're missing from April, you have to do it in May. Don't forget that. And lastly, 71 realizations in April was the goal for off-peak. And yet we only had 27. So this is actually very small. Last year, they had 25 realizations in April. So we only have 27. That means we did not grow with off-peak. So it's something for us to think about and learn from. And also, if you planned realizations and you did not have it, you have to move that number to fruit peak now. So overall. But let's go by LC. Okay, so now on this graphic, last time I showed planned versus achieved for LCs. Now I'm just going to show growth. So guys, these are just the approvals in April, but what you did in 2015 versus 2016. So this is the more serious thing I want to talk to you guys about. So for tier 2 and 3, 3 LCs, IPN, Guanajuato, and XPRO. XPRO, your number might not be accurate, I'm sorry, but you guys are declining. You've actually decreased compared to April. And other LCs, UNAM, ITAM, Leon, Sinaloa, Upay. Congrats, guys, you grew compared to last year, but some of you only grew by 5 or 1 or 3. So congrats, like Upay, you grew 60% compared to April, so that's great to be proud of. But I know all of our goals were much higher. I think the only one who achieved their goal here was UNAM. Woo! Yay! Good for you. But yeah, I do want to highlight La Salle with 86% growth. So last year you had 7 matches, now you have 13. So congrats. So this is something to be proud of, guys. But when you do look at it, having only 1 more match than last year's April or having only 3 more, it's not such a big difference. So we're not doing things so differently when we really need to actually innovate and change how we're doing things. So next is tier 4. Also, if you have questions, you can stop me. If your number is wrong for the expansions and SUs, I'm sorry, you can actually correct me. Oh, so yay, Maria Rojas grew the most. There's your face. Congratulations. Next, tier 4. So in tier 4, we can see there's a lot of success. So let's say Guadalajara, Monterrey, Tampico, Laguna, Mérida, Puebla, Querétaro. You guys grew a lot. That's actually really, really awesome. Some of you had 0 last year, and now you have 15. That's amazing. Some of you went from 7 to 20, Puebla. That's amazing. Querétaro, Lupita matched 8 in one day. So that's really great growth to be proud of. But some people are not growing. Chihuahua only grew 29%. Itazem Toluca, Santa Fe, Tabasco, and OMX, you guys are declining or you're not growing. That's very bad. You guys have done the same or less than last year. And so if you're facing this problem as you're not actually innovating compared to last year, you need to think about how maybe you can change how your team works to actually be more productive, okay? So there is a big mix of some people are growing, some people are not. How can we learn from each other to grow consistently, okay? So there's a lot of faces here. Woo! Okay, so Edson, Oscar Memo, Lupita Bere, Elena, Jesus, congrats. You guys get your faces because you grew a lot. Some of you grew infinity %, so that's great. Spoy. Next is tier 5. So I apologize for SUs and expansions. I did not have time to get your numbers because those come with the audits. So I wasn't actually sure about the growth, so I left it blank. But for other entities, Aguascalientes, Ciudad Juarez, you guys have declined 50%. You've only matched one this month, and that's not good. Last year there was only 2 matches, but you guys can do a lot more. Some people like Veracruz, Oaxaca, UDEM grew by 1. Hermosillo grew by 2. Cuerna, you guys grew great. So I want to congratulations to you guys. Of course, Hermosillo and UDEM, I put in red and orange because growing by 1 or 2 matches is nothing. Like, it doesn't mean anything. So although you're doing a good job, we can always be better. Veracruz, obviously, 1,800%. That's a lot of growth. 1 to 19, I think is the most growth in the entire country. So Valeria and Pau and your whole team, like, I love you guys. So who gets their faces? You get your faces, Laura, Ale, and Valeria. Valeria, I don't know how to say that. Okay, congrats. And so guys, again, like some of us are growing and some of us are not. So let's think about things that we are struggling with and always ask for help. You can have Skype meetings with other VPs in your tier. And I highly recommend it actually, because then you can share your similar problems and your similar solutions. Okay. Cool. So overall, this is our growth as a country in April. Last year we did 245 approvals in 2015. This year we had 308. That's only 26% growth. Guys, this is not good. Although we should be proud, it's not that much. Like, we did maybe 60 more matches. 60 divided by all of our LCs, that's only 2 matches per entity or less. And so doing 2 more matches is almost nothing. That's just one member who's a little bit motivated. So guys, 26% growth is not our goal. I know everyone's goal is close to 100% growth. So this brings the question for me, actually. The NST asked me this. If we are doing the same things as last year, then we will never grow. So the question is, how are you innovating with your team? And by innovating, it's not just like doing crazy new strategies and all these crazy things and changing oGCDP entirely. No. Innovation means doing even small new things that get results quickly. So I know a lot of VPs in our one-to-ones told me about amazing things. Hime is my favorite example. She, if you guys don't know, she assigns every lead on Podio. She assigns 2 EP managers. And the first EP manager to actually contact the EP wins. And so that's innovation. It's a small thing that she did in order to make her team more productive and more motivated and work better. And I think it's a really funny example. So the question is, what innovations can we take from other entities, other LCs, and apply to our own? So guys, I'm saying May is the month, and we have to change what we're doing. You have to change how you're managing your teams and your members if you want to reach your goals in May. Cool. Thank you. So related to this are actually a few of the changes that the NST are helping with. So you guys already know some of these things, but the first one is Braxico. Woo! So as you guys already know, we have a Braxico campaign, Big Sexy Braxico, and it goes like this. You guys know if you reach these goals for matching, like you match 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 with Brazil, then you'll actually get money, like a sponsorship from the MC to pay for. Woo! Pili's here. She approved all the money. This was actually Pili's idea, so thank you, Pili. She did this idea when she was in Europe for the conference. So in the conference, her most valuable meeting was with Brazil. Woo! That's because Latam is the #1 region. Yeah, in the Euro conference. Yeah. So guys, so this is the campaign. So the main thing is it ends on Sunday, and tomorrow we'll release an update. But guys, nobody has reached any of the goals so far. Some LCs have matched with Brazil 3, 4, or 5 oGCDP, but you do not have the iGCDP matches. So I really want to emphasize here, guys, if you want to win this free money for a free IXP, you need to talk with your iGCDP and work with them on how you can work with Brazil to match. For example, if you have an LC in Brazil that you're a partner with, you can ask them, hey, I send you EPs, can you give us EPs right now to match with our iGCDP? If that's how partnerships work, it's a very simple way to get a lot of results for iGCDP. So it's a way for us to help each other. So guys, if you want to win this, talk to your VP iGCDP right now and make a plan. Okay, and also plan for how you're going to match with Brazil. Cool? And yes, so this ends on Sunday. Sunday is the last day for the campaign. And a lot of you are very, very close. And you'll see how close you are tomorrow. So, woo, Brexico. And it's free money. Who doesn't like free money? Next, SNS week. Woo! So as you guys saw, this week is SNS week. So what that means is every single day the NST are posting one short video that explains one standard. So thank you, Denise, Poli, and I think Isra. You guys already posted videos. So please listen to their videos. They're all in the Facebook group. And they explain the importance of tracking standards. So because May is the peak for matching, it is also the peak for ensuring standards. We have right now 600 EPs ready to realize in the summer. And guys, if we do not track their standards, they're going to arrive and they don't have host family, they don't have job description, they don't have a place to live, they don't have food. Like, these problems happen every year. So remember, it's like I say, I repeat this all the time, it's your responsibility to ensure standards. It's your job to make sure you know, where's my EP living, where's my EP working, who is the boss of my EP in the NGO. You need all this information before realization, okay? So hopefully these videos help. They're pretty funny. I like the videos because some of them have really scary stories, but really good solutions. So yeah. So that's SNS week. Woohoo! Thank you, the NST LC trackers. You guys actually did this idea. Woohoo! Okay, next. Woo, woo, woo. So guys, I put Gatto's emoji here. So this is a very serious topic. So I've had a lot of one-to-ones. With most of you here, I think I had a one-to-one. And this is the big solution that I actually am sharing with everybody. And so I'm just going to repeat it here, but also for people maybe I didn't talk to. This is the #1 most important suggestion I have. It's called EP Manager Productivity. So the question is, how can we make our EP managers more productive? Honestly, everybody has members who have only 0 or 1 or 2 matches. And they have members who maybe they don't think they're going to match anymore. So this is a huge problem because the minimum matches is 5 matches per member, and many members can match more than that. So how can we make sure our EP managers are actually being productive and they actually accomplish goals? So this is a national bottleneck, and a lot of people said, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to motivate or push my members anymore. So I'm just going to offer a very simple solution that is part of team minimums. So here, you guys already saw this in the newsletter, but this is from TXP, so thank you, Selene. She and her NST made this. So this is what productivity really means. So as you guys can see, UNAM has the #1 productivity in the country. UNAM, when this was made, UNAM had 45 approvals and 8 members. That means every member had 5.6 matches. Of course, in reality, some members have 2, some members have 8, some members have more or less, but this is the average, promedio. And it's super important to know this because this is, I think, really your success as a team leader. is how your members are motivated to change lives. And as you scroll down, you can see Monterrey has 7 members and had 14 matches. So that's 2 matches per member. But if you go down, Guadalajara had 6 matches at the time and only 6 members. And that's 1 match per member. And then here you could see even worse productivity. The worst is Juarez with, at the time, 4 members and 0 matches. But also Laguna has the worst with 12 members and only 4 matches. So you guys at the bottom, you guys can see how you're not actually managing your members very well, because I have to say, what the hell have they been doing for so many months? Your members were recruited in January or February. What have they done? It's May right now. And this means that they are not getting a good member experience. It means they're not actually changing lives and they're not living the Isaac experience. And even for people with good productivity, everybody told me that you have members with 0 matches. So what are they doing? Why are they in Isaac if they don't actually want to change lives? So these are a lot of issues that I'm sure you guys are aware of, and I'm sure you guys struggle with trying to motivate members. So here's the simple solution. And I know, I love numbers, but here's the solution that I've suggested to everyone. So I just want to make it clear again. So the first is members must have a weekly numerical goal. That's actually team minimums. If you didn't know, everybody must have a weekly goal. It's just not a question. And it must be a number. And the number is normally matches. It could be entrevistas or signups. It could be like aplicaciones on OP. It's whatever the member decides. But to be clear, every week they must decide their own goal. Because guys, if you're VP and you say, okay, this week we're doing 5 matches, maybe the members don't feel connected to that. Maybe they didn't decide that number, so they don't know what to do to accomplish 5 matches. Okay? So once you do this, the second thing to do is to track this every week. If you have a very simple GSS, you could put every member's numerical goal for every single week. I have an example here, but the reason you do this is because when the week finishes, you put the result, the actual, so goal versus achieved, plan versus achieved. And this way, every week, you can actually see what is my member actually doing. Like, are they actually accomplishing what they promised? And the third thing is in every single meeting, you need to review the members who reach their goal and don't reach their goal. And this is very simple. Like if a member said, okay, I will do 1 match this week. Next week on the tracker, whatever their result is, it could be 0, you put 0. And that way everybody can see that they didn't reach their goal, but it's more there to find solutions. Because then you ask them like, hey, you said you were going to get 1 match, like what happened? Like maybe the EP had issues, maybe they had to reschedule something. And also the members who do very well, if they say, okay, I'm going to do 10 entrevistas, and then they did 12. That's amazing. So every week, if you see that they're accomplishing their goal, you could be like, oh my God, congratulations. You get pizza, you get chocolate, you get prizes. So every week, the point is to actually make members feel responsible. This is really the purpose. If members feel responsible because they decide their goal, they see what they do, they promise what to do, and if they fail or achieve, you actually point it out and say, okay, you failed, you achieved, how can I help you do better? You need to, this is literally team minimums, it's actually like mandatory. So I highly advise you do this. Here is the simple tracker that I've made. You guys saw this in Atlantis. It's called Passion Tracker. So please copy this or make your own, it's whatever you want to do. But this very specific thing of like meta semanal, leads approved, you can add other things. This has to exist because you as VP, you do not know if your member is a good member unless you track. And you'll know if they're a good member if they promise something in a week and they actually do it. So for example, this person, Inky, promised 5 leads and they got 0, promised 2 matches and they got 1. So this week you could say, oh, Inky, like, what's up? How can I help you? Pinky, on the other hand, she planned 5 leads and she got 6. That's great. She planned 2 matches and she did her 2. That's amazing. And so you can actually be like, oh, great job, Pinky. Like maybe next week you can do more or whatever you want. So guys, this simple thing is really, really powerful. And I know of the VPs who are already doing this after Atlantis, they told me it's working very well because members feel the pressure and they feel responsibility. Okay? So this is something I've repeated to people one-to-one, so I just wanted to say it now to make it super clear. Like, this is mandatory. If you're not doing this, like, you need to do this to actually know what your members are doing. Okay? Cool. All right. Oh, if there's any questions, you guys can stop me. Maria asks, what if they didn't reach it? How can I improve it? Great. So that's a very specific thing, but you can ask, if you planned 5 leads, how can you get 5 leads? Okay, I need to do 2 saloneos and I need to go to a stand. That's like a specific thing you can say, like, okay, you need to do those activities to reach the number. And I think that would be the specific answer. If this person wanted 2 matches and they only achieved 1, okay, so who is your other EP? Why aren't they matching? What is the bottleneck? Is it ICX is not responding? Are they not applying? Are they not sure about the money? Like, there's a million reasons. So that's actually why you can actually specifically ask them, like, okay, if you promised 2, like, and you thought you could do 2, what was the problem? Okay, so let's solve the problem. So that's the answer to, like, how you can help a member. The problems are very, very, very specific. And honestly, for leads, like, every member needs to be getting leads because it's marketing's responsibility, but OGX members must help. And getting leads is very simple. Like, even if the leads are not very high quality, it's still worth it. You guys know how to get leads, like saloneos, sesiones informativas, stands, emails, social media posting, all those things. So normally, the point is here to show that members, like, if members are not doing the activities, they will not get results. And that's honestly the main reason members are not achieving. It's because they're literally just not doing the things they need to do. That's what a lot of you guys have told me, actually. That they're literally just not doing stuff. And so if you show them this, then they'll be like, oh shit, I have to do things. Okay. So next, wait a second, I'm gonna get a very special guest. Woo! Oh, Danny. He's coming, he's coming. It's Danny Palacios. Woo!
Hola, ¿cómo están?
He's here to talk
Espero
to
me
us.
escuchen.
Oh yeah, they can hear. Oh my god. Yes.
Hola. Bueno, pues espero estén teniendo una excelente noche, disfrutando de su VP Meeting con Ross. Y bueno, pues estoy aquí por una sencilla razón, únicamente pues obviamente para saludarlos. Yo como ustedes fui VP, tuve la experiencia de ser VP oGCDP y pues bueno, es algo muy padre por todo lo que vives en el proceso, pero pues también estoy también para unos pequeños consejos pues antes de que ustedes sigan con su viaje de VP, que es algo muy importante y que bueno, tanto Ross como yo hemos trabajado para hacerlo realidad en algunos servicios. Entonces bueno, vamos a hablar de Partnership Management. Como saben ustedes o los que no saben, yo manejo Injuve como parte de Value Delivery en ISEC en México. Este proyecto ya lleva más de 2 años consolidándose y lleva pues mucho impacto. Hemos impactado alrededor de 80 personas con el proyecto, pero pues no solamente significa mandar 80 personas, sino significa una serie de cosas que no simplemente son cambiar la vida de 80 personas, sus familias y las comunidades a las que van a impactar, sino que pues también implica un gran project management, grandes retos logísticos, muchísimo aprendizaje y pues algo que todos ustedes en su LC pueden hacer sin ningún problema. Una de las grandes cosas que pues les puedo contar o les puedo decir es que tener un tipo de partnership con alguna empresa, con alguna entidad de gobierno, con sus propias universidades, para que estos patrocinen el programa oGCDP de cierta forma o no, es decir, solo el insurance, solo pocket money, solo el EP fee o pagándole solo el vuelo, pues es algo que no solamente nos da relevancia como organización, es decir, nos estamos aliando, estamos cumpliendo una de las SDGs que son Partnership for the Goals, estamos realmente cambiando perspectivas, estamos realmente llevando nuestro impacto a mayor gente o a lo mejor gente que no cuenta con los recursos inmediatos para irse de intercambio, sino que también estamos dándonos a conocer como entidad alrededor del mundo. Somos una de las pocas entidades alrededor del mundo que coopera con instituciones de gobierno y con organizaciones privadas para hacer oGCDP. No muchos la mayoría de las entidades solamente es para ICX, pero nosotros lo hemos visto mucho por el lado de oGX y como un mexicano yéndose al extranjero y a lo mejor que no cuenta con recursos inmediatos para hacerlo, puede cambiar su vida y puede cambiar la vida de toda una comunidad, ¿no? Por ejemplo, los del INJUVE, desde que se van, pues desde el expectation setting es muy, muy claro. Tú te vas a ir mediante estos proyectos para que cuando tú regreses realmente hagas un proyecto y repliques lo que aprendiste, ¿no? Entonces hemos tenido tanto proyectos fallidos como proyectos muy buenos de personas que han seguido con el INJUVE y que han regresado al menos a intentar su realidad. Van alrededor, gracias al INJUVE se han creado como, al proyecto con ellos, se han creado como 8 asociaciones civiles, 8 fundaciones que están trabajando en diferentes comunidades y todo ello gracias a que se fueran con el intercambio gracias a ISEC, ¿no? Entonces es uno el propósito, ¿no? Que nosotros tenemos un propósito muy fuerte, sea donde sea que se vaya nuestro IP patrocinado, ¿no? El propósito que él regresa a México a hacer es realmente muy fuerte. El siguiente es, como les decía, relevancia, ¿no? El simplemente aliarnos con nuestra universidad, con alguna institución de gobierno de nuestra localidad, el Instituto Estatal de la Juventud, no sé, el Consejo de Participación Ciudadana, la Secretaría de Turismo incluso, o sea, cualquier tipo de institución gubernamental que pueda apoyarnos en este proyecto, pues ya de por sí es bastante relevante y nos abre muchísimas puertas y es una carta de presentación para nuestra organización bastante fuerte. Entonces, como ideas, si ustedes quieren hacer un proyecto al respecto, quieren trabajar con gobierno, con oGCDP, obviamente lo tienen que hablar con su LCP, con su VP Marketing, si tienen VPPR lo pueden hablar también, pero pues es algo que sí se necesitan sentar a planear, a definir y hacer como un dreaming process de lo que harían. Lo que yo les aconsejo es simplemente vayan a la página del gobierno de su estado o de su municipio o la de algún senador y diputado y vean qué están realizando, ¿no? ¿Qué proyectos están trabajando el Instituto de la Juventud de mi estado? ¿Qué proyectos está trabajando el gobierno de mi estado, la Secretaría de Desarrollo Económico, la Secretaría de Turismo, la Secretaría, a lo mejor la Dirección de Deporte, la Dirección de Cultura? ¿Qué tipo de proyecto está llevando a cabo? Y ver la manera de elaborarlo y poder trabajar con ellos. Una vez que ustedes hayan podido definir qué tipo de prioridades y qué tipo de proyectos pueden atacar con el programa de oGCDP, pues es simplemente presentarlos, propuestas, presupuestos, retos logísticos, países, proyectos, cooperaciones. Es armarlo muy bien, es algo que ustedes ya saben hacer, simplemente es presentarlo y simplemente darle continuidad, ¿no? Yo siempre he dicho que lo bueno de oGCDP es que te permite moldear el proyecto, el programa a cualquier tipo de stakeholders, ¿no? O sea, llámese gobierno, llámese empresas, ¿no? Entonces, incluso igual, si una empresa quiere hacerlo, también se puede hacer, si una fundación lo quiere hacer también. Y no simplemente con el hecho de que me patrocinen 5 IPs todo pagado, ¿no? Sino simple hecho de que ya promuevan el programa y es bastante relevante. Entonces, desde a lo mejor el Instituto de la Juventud de mi estado no me va a pagar nada, pero si me lo promueve, ya puedo tener un impacto muchísimo mayor. O a lo mejor el gobernador del estado que ponga en su fanpage algo sobre vete de intercambio con AIC y aprende esto, ya es suficiente relevancia para nosotros, ¿no? O sea, simplemente es encontrar la manera de ligar lo que estamos haciendo con las prioridades de ellos y ver qué tipo de proyectos podemos presentarlos. Entonces, bueno, eso es básicamente lo que hemos hecho con INJUVE, eso es básicamente lo que les recomiendo. Ross me dio este espacio simplemente pues para platicar con ustedes y para ver si ustedes tienen un proyecto en puerta o quieren empezar uno o por ahí tienen algún conocido, algún familiar o alguien que crean que les pueda ayudar, pues simplemente pues que tengan ustedes mis datos y que sepan que se pueden acercar conmigo en cualquier momento y estaré más de feliz de ayudarlos. Entonces, igual, si tienen alguna pregunta o duda, por ejemplo, Frida de UP ya tuvo una, la pueden poner aquí alrededor de cómo hacer partnerships para oGCDP, estaría muy bien. Y pues les leo lo de Frida. Pero dice, pero cada LC puede aliarse con diferentes organismos de gobierno o se hace a nivel nacional. No, cada LC se puede, o sea, a nivel nacional lo hacemos, o sea, es nuestra tarea como PR y Value Delivery, pero si un LC lo hace, no hay ningún problema. Por ejemplo, tenemos el caso de León, que trabaja con Educafin, que es una agencia gubernamental estatal y pues lo llevan completamente ellos, ¿no? Entonces, simplemente hay que ver si no está en la segmentación de PR y mientras que no esté, pues obviamente se puede atacar y lo puede hacer el LC. Entonces, tenemos desde diputados federales que pueden apoyar o pueden simplemente patrocinar el IPFIC. En el caso, por ejemplo, de Mariana Peralta, nuestra MCDP y oGCDP, que pues simplemente tocó puerta de 3 diputados federales y así se consiguió su IPFIC y su vuelo, hasta un proyecto como el INJUVE, que manda como 35 personas al mismo tiempo al extranjero, se puede hacer sin ningún problema. El punto es que ustedes lo puedan desarrollar y lo puedan plantear a cualquier institución de gobierno, cualquier empresa, incluso cualquier fundación que crean que tenga la disponibilidad de hacerlo, ¿no? Pero puede ser desde el Consejo de Participación Ciudadana de su colonia, desde su delegación, desde su municipio, desde su Instituto de la Juventud o alguna empresa que esté invirtiendo al respecto. Por ejemplo, no sé, se me ocurre empresas de, no sé, de cuadernos incluso, ¿no? O sea, cualquier cosa que ustedes crean que se pueda alinear a los objetivos de una empresa, pueden proponer el proyecto y con mucho gusto les podemos ayudar en estructurar la propuesta. Entonces ya saben, si tienen por ahí algún conocido, si tienen a lo mejor una idea de, oye Daniel, ¿sabes qué? Yo estaba pensando en esto, ¿cómo le puedo hacer? Pues con mucho gusto podemos agendar una llamada y podemos hacerlo, ¿no? El punto es que nuestro impacto sea cada vez mayor y súper más relevante. ¿Vale? Entonces no sé si alguien tenga alguna duda, alguna pregunta o quisiera como mis datos. De todos modos aquí se los voy a poner. Mi correo es bpalacios @ysec.org.mx y mi celular es ese 55 909 87. ¿Vale? Me pueden contactar ahí y pues con mucho gusto estamos para ayudarles. Igual cualquier cosa del INJUVE, cómo le haces o en qué consiste el partnership con INJUVE para que ustedes también lo puedan explicar a sus posibles partners, pues con mucho gusto los podemos ayudar en eso. He ayudado a ciertos comités al respecto, entonces no hay ningún problema, o sea, lo podemos hacer y créanme que pues esto se puede replicar muy fácilmente en todos los LCs o con sus propias universidades, ¿no? Tenemos el caso de Veracruz, tenemos el caso incluso de universidades de otras entidades, no sé, Colombia o Brasil, que los apoyan muchísimo en cuanto a patrocinar el programa OGX y pues bueno, es algo que también tiene muchísimo propósito. Entonces, bueno, ya saben, cualquier cosa me pueden contactar y pues muchísimas gracias. No sé si tengan alguna duda, pregunta sobre INJUVE. ¿Is there another slide? No. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, gracias, Dani.
Wait, guys, can you say goodbye? He's going to China on Sunday. Say goodbye or wish him
Bye.
luck or something.
Bye, guys. So, anyways, I will be really in touch with you. Don't worry, and just have fun. And
China.
anything you need, just contact me. Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, bye.
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 Okay. Thank you, Danny. So yeah, no. So like Danny said, it's actually hugely relevant because it proves that what we're doing is exactly what youth need. It's the skills that they need. It's the experience that they need. Because I know you guys have seen the convocatoria for INJUVE, and there's been INJUVE Campeche's convocatoria and Educafin in the state of Guanajuato. So I know these things are super exciting, and it's just more relevant. So especially people in their own state, like Sinaloa, Sonora, Jalisco, what else, Oaxaca, like you guys can totally approach your Instituto de Juventud, and you can totally talk to them about this, and you never know what could happen. So yay, thank you, Danny. Okay. So the last thing is actually about XPROs. So can I ask, do you guys know what XPROs are? XPRO. It's a conference. Who can say what they are? No idea. Okay. Experience results oGC. Jesus. Okay. So who went to an XPRO? Dani Arista and Sonia. Okay, Dani or Sonia, tell us, what is an XPRO? They were the conferences you went to. Cool. Yes, Sonia's right. International conferences. XPRO, no XPRAs. Okay, so exactly. So guys, if you guys didn't know, every region of Isaac, regions are Western Europe, North America, Latam, Eastern Europe, Middle East, North Africa, Africa, and Asia Pacific. They each have an international conference in around Abril. And this is where a lot of LCPs, LCVPs, MCVPs get together. And they have a lot of sessions from Isaac International to discuss how can we actually improve our entities and align as a region. So the most recent ones were here. We're Latco in Colombia, woohoo! And our delegation from Mexico was like 30 people. It was amazing. And Daniel, Anali, Kandi, and Dani Arista, they went. And for Asia Pacific Conference, Sonia from ITAM went, woohoo! And she had a great time. And also from AeroCo or Aero XPRO, Karina from ITAM, the LCP of ITAM, and Pili from the MC went. Plus other people, I just forget who. So the big output from these, besides knowledge, is actually LC to LC partnerships. So I know these people had a great chance to meet really good LCs and make really good partnerships. So there's a lot of knowledge from these XPROs. Unfortunately, today we could not prepare the information because it's just, there's so much information. But I really want to have a webinar where these 5 people, the VPs right here, present what they learned from those XPROs and how it can benefit all of Mexico, not just like their LCs. So we're going to decide a date later on WhatsApp. But I just wanted to ask you guys, like, what date is good for you, like, to have a webinar where they can explain the output? Are you guys feeling like Thursday night, or you prefer next week, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday night? We could discuss later on WhatsApp, but do you guys have any preferences? It's really cool information. Jesus says Thursday. Any other thoughts? Valeria says Thursday. Thursday, heart. Bere says Thursday. Okay. So it sounds like Thursday. It's your birthday. Okay, then we cannot do it on Wednesday. We have to do it on Thursday. Happy birthday. Happy pre-birthday. Okay, guys, we'll confirm the date very soon. I want to do it ASAP because I think it's really cool. So yeah, on Facebook and WhatsApp, we'll just confirm a date really quickly, probably Thursday night, and then these lovely fassies can present. All right, cool. So guys, that's everything for the webinar. It's all the information we needed to present, and we're right on time, actually. So before we end, are there any questions or concerns you guys have? Or even like problems not related to the webinar you want to discuss? No. Okay. So guys, as I've already said, May is the month. We guys know May is the most important month ever. It's where we have our most matches, most of our results, and the entire country depends on us for this month. So please do reevaluate your plans, evaluate your recruitment, evaluate your IXP strategy, everything you need to do to accomplish your goals. We have to innovate. We have to change ourselves in order to change the world, okay? So like everything we've already discussed, please be really conscious that May is the month and we need to innovate if we want to reach our goals. Cool. Okay. Well, that's everything from me. So the webinar is officially over. Woohoo! And actually, fun fact, the next one, which will be the first week of June when May is finished, Joao, the new MCVP, he's going to be with us in Mexico. So he'll actually be able to facilitate the meeting with me. But yes. Yes, Dani, much. I forget when. It's a Facebook event already made. I think it's like June something. June 8th. Yeah. All right. Woohoo! Okay, have fun, guys. Good night. Good evening. Sonia, I'm here until Ebedist, so it's cool. Besos. Buenas noches.